All right, Shalom, Micah. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kudash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect as teachers word now true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to title this lesson, America and End Time Prophecies. And just because America is not written within the scriptures doesn't mean that it is written within the scriptures, because it goes under many titles such as Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, spiritually Sodom, Egypt, Nineveh, because this place upholds all those different customs, you know. But the point is that this is a necessary evil. Before the kingdom of heaven can be established, you know, it was a series of kingdoms that had to come before it. And the last one is America. You know, it wasn't left out. It wasn't like the Lord forgot about this place, just somehow erected. This place was the one that spearheading this global dominance, man. No, this was all part of the plan, man. So matter of fact, let's start off with this in the book of Revelations. Revelations 1 and verse 8. It says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. See? So the Lord has, you know, he knows about the past, the present, and the future. You know, because he's the one that create the scenarios, the situations, even all the way to the, you know, to the kingdoms. Tells you that our Lord Yahushua made the worlds. You know, so which is to come. One of those things was America, Babylon the Great, which this was going to be part of biblical prophecy, end time prophecy at that, because Esau is also known as, he's always synonymous with the end. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of 2 6 and verse 7. It says, then answered I and said, where shall be the parting asunder of the time? See? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows? See? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So that lets you know those are two main characters in the movie, Jacob and Esau. Those are the two main characters. And those are the only two that were pretty much ruled the earth on a global scale, not just a region, you know. Or Esau was the first to do it. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Numbers. And that's why you see Job 9 and 24, the earth is given to the hand of. That's why you see this nigga, you got McDonald's in Egypt. You got Ishmaelite women wearing leggings. You got Moabites having food eating contests. But that all stems from America, from the so-called white man. That lets you know that he's the one that's ruling the planet Earth. Let's see, this is the book of Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, which those are the ones that's really calling the shots, those are the ones that's really ruling the planet Earth, these bankers, which they are Amalekites, these so-called Jews, which they are from the nation of Edom. He took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end, see, shall be that he perish forever, see. So he was the first of the nations. He was the first one to rule the earth on a global scale, man. But he got an end, though. It's an end to this man. It's an end to America, to this beast system, which we in that time now, by the way of the different signs that's playing out throughout the planet Earth. Which, Lord, we'll get that, you know, dealing with the earthquakes in diverse places and famines and wars and rumors. All these are different symptoms to show us that this kingdom is about to be overthrown, man. You know? So, back 2 6, verse 8, it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. See? For Esau is the end of the world. See, the end of this age. He's going to be the end of these heathen nations to rule. Out of all these heathen nations, Esau is going to be the last on the list to rule. Then the nation of Israel will be established forever. And it ain't going to be like next up Moab. No, after that, it tells you that this kingdom would not be left to another. After those, those 10 toes, was when that time, the end. That lets you know that's the end. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. See? So, and you see Esau, the so-called white man, he's the one that's ruling over Babylon. Oh, actually, Esau is the daughter of Babylon. Let's get that real quick. Because when the scriptures talk about Babylon the Great or the daughter of Babylon, that's talking about the so-called white man. Because the daughter means that's someone that's after you. Let's get this in the book of Psalms. I believe that's Psalms 137. This is Psalm 137. Remember, O Lord, 137 and 7. It said, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. See? Because it's going to get to the point. Why I said Edom in the day of Jerusalem? Because Esau he's our arch enemy. But before, when we get in the power, the one that was ruling before is the Edomites. And they treated us horribly, man. All the hell they put on us. So in the day of Jerusalem, we're going to petition to the Lord to remember the children of Edom. It says, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof, O daughter of Babylon. See, so as you can see, the Edomites, so-called white man, one of those titles is daughter of Babylon, because they pretty much uphold those same customs of Babylon. And that name, they living up to that name of Babylon, which is confusing. We at the height of that. Well, you can't tell a man between a woman, where a nigga can goddamn throw a football for, go throw a football around and get paid $100 million. But outside the stadium, you got a man asking for change. That's confusing. So, but this is the daughter of Babylon, America. It says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. See, that's the fate. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. See? So you're going to get your reward as well, which is destruction. But just getting to the point that Edom is one of those titles for Edom, one of those nicknames is the daughter of Babylon, which is that throne is here in America. See, this is the venue the Lord have chosen to show his power. This is the final stage. This is where that great deliverance, that great destruction is going to take place. Where wickedness stem from. This is that place. This is where the scripture was talking about the whole time. Here in Babylon, America. And this lets you know that we are in the end times, because this place is here. This is that necessary evil. Let's get that in the book of 2 Ezra 4. In verse 28, it says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. And what did Ezra always was concerned about? The end. When would this be over with? When would the nation of Israel, be established? It says, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. See, what the evil sown was dealing with America being planted. See, because that's all part of the movie. Dealing with America, and you going to the origins of America is dealing with the 13 colonies. Then it came up dealing with those three wars, the British American, French American, Spanish American War. You know, all what you got now where, this devil, what they call it, that manifest destiny. Well, that's in the spirit that had to take place. The evil it had to be sown, it had to be planted, then it had to grow. But it said the destruction thereof is not yet come because it wasn't ripe yet for destruction. But now we're in a time where it's ripe, you know. You seeing the different events playing out throughout the planet. They're just like, dealing with any type of plant or fruit tree or anything like that. It gets to the point where you see the fruit bud, but it's not right. The banana's still green. But it gets to the point where you know it's right by the different signs or scents. It might smell like it's right now. Dealing with certain fruits, it's right when you smell it, when you see it. But that's that time. We in that point in time where the destruction is being ripened for destruction now. It says, "Is therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down." See, you got to be plucked up. And if the place, so it lets you know that evil was a place. It was gonna be it was the headquarters of evil, which is America. So like I said, where did food eating context come from? They came from here in America. Leggings and twerking, just that. Even though Ham started, was the first one to be homos, who took it down? Who took it down? The so-called white man in the form of America. So if the place, America, where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that it's sown with good. See, so that lets you know America will be on the scene at the end of the world, man. Because that will be the kingdom before the kingdom of heaven is established. Oh, just going back to the statue of Daniel. You had the head of gold, and you had the silver, torso, then the thighs, and then the legs. That was a certain order those kingdoms was going to come. It wasn't like the Greeks was going to jump in line before the Medes, somehow Babylon, was going to have a longer stretch. Those times they was already appointed and measured, and there was going to already be somebody that was going to be up next. We're dealing with America. It's already appointed time and season where it was going to come into power and be overthrown. But also, that spot was going to be occupied by the nation of Israel, starting the elect, spearheaded by Lord Yahushua. So that's America. Gotta be the Babylon the Great. It gotta be on the scene. So when the Lord comes, then the kingdom will be established, man. But this is all part of biblical prophecy. This place itself, just seeing stoplights and the chariots with no horses, dealing with these cars. All this is part of biblical prophecy, end time prophecy. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 3. Verse 2. It's like Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. See? So it was going to get to the point you want to actually see Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. See? So these things that Isaiah was talking about, Jeremiah, as well as all the prophets, it was going to get to the point you were going to see it. It was going to make sense. You ain't scratching your head no more. You know what I mean? Because it was going to manifest. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it would surely come, it would not tarry. And that's really that destruction. Because you hear wars and rumors of wars. But that's not the end, man. It seemed like it's tarrying. There's other things that had to take place. But at the end of the day, on the day of destruction, it's only going to take an hour. But this is their appointed time. Well, everything is about to come to a climax. So matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Jeremiah 51. Bear with me. Jeremiah 51 verse 33. It says, "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her." See? It said the daughter of Babylon, which is America, is like a threshing floor. It said it is time to thresh her, meaning what? Everything is now being ripened. You know, now the threshing can take place. It says, "Yet a little while, and the time of a harvest shall come." See, and don't you see that now? Because the only thing what we waiting on now is the chip to be mandated, the MOB. That's what we waiting on now. That little while and the harvest is that destruction, as well as the deliverance is going to take place as well, simultaneous. Because when you read Revelation the 14th chapter, it was two different. It was Yahushua, he had a sickle, which that was going to bring, the elect into the barn. But also you had a non-angel that had a sickle, which had power over fire, So tells the Lord's going to separate his sheep from the goat in that day, man. But it's going to take place here in Babylon. This is where the bulk of the destruction and the deliverance is going to take place. Here in this place. This is all part of the end time prophecies, man. In the uttermost parts of the world, in the ends of the world, on all levels, on the other side of the planet Earth, at the end of time, this is where it was going to take place, man. In this time right here. And that's one thing Esau don't have control of, and he, that's pretty much his enemy. It's time. Matter of fact, let's get something real quick. This is the book of Job chapter 24 and verse 1. It says, "Why? Seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty." Why? Because the Lord's the one that measure in the times and number these times. And how the time being measured? By who's ruling. That's why you go into the scripture, they'll be like, in the 3rd year of Darius the Mede, or in the 10th year of, that's how it's time being measured. That's how you deal with historical events. You always go back to who was ruling during that time. So these times are not hidden from the Almighty. It said, "Do they that know him not see his days?" See? We actually see the so-called white man days are coming to an end. By the way of the signs our Lord Yahushua told us. The different symptoms to let us know that the kingdom is about to be out the door. This is like seeing somebody on their deathbed coughing up blood, and the blood is darker, they eyes red and shit. They can't speak. They about to kick the bucket pretty soon. But that's how it is spiritually on a bigger scale, dealing with a rulership, and it's playing out globally, man. But this is all part of end time prophecy. See, because this is the end of the so-called white man's reign of terror. So let's get this in the book of St. Matthew 24 in verse 3. "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" See? So this is a private matter, knowing the end of a rulership of an age. That's actually secret. That's a secret. Matter of fact, let's get that. And Daniel's the 2nd chapter. Because they was counting them beasts, man. They knew that the Roman Empire was the 4th beast, man. Why you think they were urging Yahushua when? Is this the time that you're gonna give the kingdom over to Israel? They understand that the Romans, that was the 4th beast, but they didn't understand that it was gonna be through America. Cause that you going to that statue, it was the legs, it was 2 legs, man. So you had the Roman Empire, that was one stint. Then you got the revised Roman Empire through America. That's the other stint, man. But this is that time where the Lord is going to restore the kingdom unto Israel. You know? So let's get this, the book of Daniel 2. Daniel 2 and verse, I start at 19. This the point. Yep. It said, then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the power of heaven. See? So that secret was concerning Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Was that dream is now playing out to this very day. Was we at the end of Nebuchadnezzar's dream? See, we coming into the part of the scene where that stone came down from heaven. See, we waiting on that scene now, you know. But as it is to this day, this dream is still playing out. But it's a secret though. You know, it said, Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. See? So let you know it's dealing with power. It said, and he changed the times and the seasons. He removed kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. See, so that dream was a gauge to the kingdom. These are the necessary steps that you got to take till you get to the kingdom. And that last step, you got to go through America. You know, dealing with the 10 toes. You know, in this beast system. That's that last step before the kingdom is established. That's why they call out Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because now you got a gauge. Now you know what to look for. And that's why, going back to St. Matthew 24, St. Matthew 24 and 3 again, it said, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? Time, see? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, or the end of the Edomites, these Romans, this fourth beast? You know, when would these devils be overthrown? Because they understand that after this, then the kingdom, man. Just going back to Acts, the first chapter. At this time, you're going to restore the kingdom to Israel? You know? Jump down, verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See? For a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. See, so these are the different symptoms to show us that this rulership, this power structure is on its way out. Because of these very same signs, wars and rumors of wars, earthquake, famines. Oh, this man and his money system. All these things are part of the signs, you know, are being transferred, man. Especially, you know, America is this is it. There's not going to be another heathen rulership after this, man. This is, it tells you, matter of fact, let's get that in the book of St. Luke. St. Luke 21 and verse, let's see, this St. Luke 21 and verse 24. It says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and that's talking about Israel, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. See, and it's being fulfilled at the end, right here, with the so-called white man. This is the worst captivity ever. You know, the most wickedest kingdom ever erected. You know, well, this is it. Well, this is our last captivity. Oh, it tells you that, you know, in Lamentation, the 4th chapter, that the Lord would no more carry us away into captivity. And it was going to be we were going to be in the hands of the Edomites at the end of the day. Like I say, Esau is the end of the world. That means Esau have subjects. That means we was part of those subjects. If he had his own world, that means we was captives under him, man. You know, and it's playing out through America. But this is the time where all that's about to be broken up. The page is about to flip. Because once, America is over with, then that will be the beginning. That's when life can start. That's when you can actually breathe fresh air. You actually know what water tastes like, you know, and as well as other things. But this is the end. America, this is it right here. This was all part of end time prophecy. Matter of fact, let's see, is that, I think that's Baruch, bear with me. That's Baruch, the 4th chapter. Yep, this is Baruch 4, and matter of fact, damn. And this whole chapter bad though. I started 20, Baruch 4 and 20. I have put off the clothing of peace and put on me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. See? And you seeing that playing out now. Us crying out to Yahweh Shema Shai. We're crying out for the proper things. That's why now we're being heard. This is that appointed, or it tells you we now in an appointed time of salvation. It tells you now is the day of salvation, man. It says, be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. For my hope is in the everlasting that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. Which that mercy starts by the way it is true. And everything with the Lord, it grows into a perfection. Everything with the Lord is a seed at first. It's plain beginnings. But at the end, it got endings and effects and signs. So it grows into a perfection. So that mercy, it starts by the way it is true, but it ultimately going to play out through, it's going to go into the Lord delivering us out of these certain situations, from the famine, from this devil's military, his teeth, all the way up to those missiles when they come down. That mercy is going to be showed. It says, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping. See? But the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. See, so the Lord sent us out of our land. He turned his face away from us. But now you seeing the returning, or it says, started by the way it is true. It said, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness from of the everlasting. See, so it says shortly, and as each day go by, we getting closer and closer to that perfect day where these things are going to take place, man. Because Esau is on the clock, man. Esau is on the clock, the so-called white man. This power structure, America, this beast system is on the clock. The time is ticking down, man. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. See? Just how we was trying down, once this man gets overthrown, he's going to fall under our feet, and we're going to try him down. Let's see. Matter of fact, let me jump down. 31, Baruch 4 and 31. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Who is that she? Talking about America. Because America is going to get the bulk of the destruction, of all hell breaking loose. The money crashing, this famine, these blackouts. America is going to suffer the bulk of these things. Yeah, judgment is going to happen on a global scale, of course. But what the main event is going to take place here in America? It says, miserable are the cities. See? That's what America's known for. See, people don't come to America just to say they want to go to America. No, they go to New York City. They go to LA, Chicago, any other They ain't going just to go visit the state. They is a city that draw them to America. You know, and it's more cities than states. Then that's why also just a regular old American person is known as a citizen. You know, so this is just another key word to let you know this time about America. It said, miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. See, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. See, because that's how America became a superpower so fast, through slavery, you know. But guess what? Now you're gonna reap what you have sown now, which is destruction. You know? For I will take away the rejoicing of a great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. See? Was we in the beginning stages. That's the beginning of sorrows, you know. But at the end of the day, America is part of end time prophecies. You know, this is the main course, so to speak. Like I said, these other countries is going to get judged. Planet Earth is going to get judged on a global scale, but the main event is here in America. So let's see. I end up on this. This is the book of Jeremiah 51, verse 6. Flee ye out of the midst of Babylon, America, spiritually, because we can't. That's why, matter of fact, continue on. It says, and every man, slack it, flee ye out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. See? So, meaning, don't dive into this place spiritually. Yeah, you have to do things. Oh, that's why Lord House, I said, I pray that you don't take them out of the world, but just keep them from the evil. So you have to do your day-to-day things. You got to pay bills or work or this and that. You got shit to do. But that don't mean you go to church on Sunday. That don't mean that somehow now you marching with the BLM. Or you doing things to keep you comfortable in this society. You stand away from that. Because it tells you pretty much don't make your bed here because they're going to destroy you with a sword of destruction. So I said, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. See, so let you know, not diving into these philosophies. Because they just said you literally leave America. Number one, you're going to need a passport. They're going to know where you at. You're going to know where you at. They got to know what hotel you going to, what room, when you coming back. You going to bring anything. So guess what? You still going to be under the banner of Babylon. Because wherever you go, I bet you it's going to be a McDonald's there. Wherever you go, I bet you're going to see motherfucker wearing leggings, motherfucker with a Bluetooth, somebody with a three-piece suit, somebody speaking English, you know. So we have to leave this place spiritually. It says, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense. See? So America's about to be destroyed, man. Because this is all part of end time prophecy. You want to understand about the lake of fire. We about to see the lake of fire. You know, all these things about to take place, and the venue is America. So yeah, Hakim, I just hope you're edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakha Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say shalom to the elect that teach the word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, Abba Soon. Very soon.